You're a grown man! He's a robot cat! Pull yourself together! Seriously.
Hi. I'm Bobby. I am a robot cat. I've returned with some updates to our flowchart. Hang on to your trousers, 'tis quite a bit of bollocks. But first, let us recap where we left off. Sipping tea with me, Joe went on a rant due to Tira Nicole creating a video about the current kerfuffle with PJ, Cindy, and JJ the Baller. Tira is also in a continued feud with Marissa, from the channel Not Another Housewife. Marissa recently did a video on the absolutely psychotic trauma vulture. In my opinion, words have power. The woman is mad. Never mind. This was due to Words of Power scrapping with Erin, of the channel EKC People Suck. Erin happens to be a big supporter of Steve McRae, who is currently under fire for allegedly double-crossing his best mate Cheshire, or Madam Know-It-All. A drunken unicorn named Manya publicly pulled her support from Steve. Manya has had an ongoing kerfuffle with Unirock, who has embraced this devastating news, and whom also has taken to finding a way to allege that Catherine Joy is the victim of the anti-Catherine Joy community. The anti-Catherine Joy community downfall began shortly after her former moderator, Britters or whatever the fuck she calls herself right now, left Adderall Alley and joined forces with Amzi Beloved, who is in a current kerfuffle with someone. She is always in a kerfuffle with someone. She used to pal around with Siwa Moon. Siwa Moon is a complete weirdo who latches onto communities like a Billy to a teat. She is currently in a kerfuffle with Just Doom, and Jackie, owner of the very boring channel I've Forgotten. Jackie is also under fire for her support of the doxing and attacks on many members of many communities, although she did publicly denounce the swine who shall not be named many times during his mandatory holiday. Jackie also took Dottie Morgan under her wing. If you recall, Dottie was exposed for assisting in the dox of Shan's feminine napkin, as well as allegedly taking money from her former best mate, Megan. Megan and a pickle named Nikki, not to be confused with the problematic moderator for the swine who shall not be named, are now suffering threatening prank phone calls. This is due to Dottie Morgan allegedly giving their phone numbers out to a camp of trolls. Dottie Morgan is all but shunned from the community, with the except of circling back to Just Doom. In a recent Screams stream, he proclaimed to have nothing to do with the dox of Erin. He also claimed Nikki, the moderator for the swine who shall not be named, was not there. However, the elusive rake of the community revealed via chat transcript is that Nikki was in fact present on the backup channel for the swine who shall not be named. Nikki has been quite absent as of late. Do you know who else has been quite absent? The wife of the swine who shall not be named. I do wonder why. Now that we are properly up to date, the wife of the swine who shall not be named did re-emerge when the swine who shall not be named hosted a live stream he claimed would be full of super hot tea. However, the stream was quite literally nothing but more speculation on his detractors and insistence I own a business in the United States. I did not bother to tune in, so I do wonder who he has doxed this time. Never mind. All of his bombshell information was unanimously mocked by entire communities in real time. That is, until he got on the topic of Siwa Moon. My suspicions that he has attempted a legal adoption of himself to the 90-Day Fiancé nutters was confirmed. His chat suddenly flooded with the loose birds of that community. As expected, the tipsy channel 90 Days on Blast quickly joined the panel. Eventually that Amber channel also joined. During this time, the pig who shall not be named said the N-word at least one time. When the stream reached its conclusion, he privated the video. I am unsure why he does this, as many record his constant displays of reprehensible behavior. Never mind, not long after this, that Amber channel went to her platform in a video titled, I do not support the pig, and his use of the N-word. To which she denounced the idiot. Do you know who was in her chat kissing ass and playing stupid? Just Doom. Do you know who was in the swine who shall not be named chat during his attempt at harming other creators? Just Doom and Nikki. Never mind, it would appear that Amber Channel is attempting to break ties with the swine. Madam, there are no refunds. We do not want him here. You all must rehome him somewhere else. As if nothing happened, the swine took to his channel the following morning under the guise of a concerned citizen attempting to warn the world of the dangers of Siwa Moon. He is still fully supported by the likes of 90 Days on Blast. Which is not saying much, as she would get in bed with absolutely anyone who detracts Siwa Moon. The stream was completely cringe. But at the end apparently the swine forgot to end his stream and was caught saying terrible things to the wife of the swine. I really could not give two shites in the wind about either of them. They are simply part of the story. The clips began to circulate across Twitter. During this time, T-Spiracy made an appearance. We shall circle back to her. However, if you recall, she and Tira Nicole do not get on well at all. Tira is under some fire recently for uploading a video discrediting the efforts of the hashtag Enough is Enough. Not realizing that the hashtag is literally used interchangeably across causes and organizations, never mind. She directly attacked Clara's parent commentary with Kelly, while low-key supporting their swine who shall not be named. Wow, EKC People Suck responded with a rather friendly video recapping the rant from Tira. In the midst of all of this, Not Another Housewife released a damning 2-hour video exposing private messages and interactions with Tira. We believe this is what prompted Tira to announce a long weekend followed by a 30-day break from viewing any drama at all. May self-control ever be in your favor. Marissa also expressed her opinions on the recent visit to the Slammer and audio in relation to the swines who shall not be named. Actually, Twitter was buzzing through the day until the wife of the swine who shall not be named took to her channel to make even less sense than ever before. In the video, which is private at the time of creating this production, she explained why she was picked up by the coppers, attempted to call very confused family members, and upped her IQ by 1/2 of a point when she let Just Doom and Jackie on panel. Their combined IQ reaching an astounding 7.5, never mind. The entire stream was quite stupid, except for the bit where T-Spiracy went on panel. The wife of swine who shall not be named pretended to not be aware of their deplorable actions of the swine in question. And, Just Doom was far too quiet. I suspect he was muted. Later, T-Spiracy would take to her own channel to have a go at the wife of the swine who shall not be named. While Just Doom took a strange apology attack hybrid tour across his channel, attempting to keep good graces with the 90-day fiancé nutters. Well, what a fucking mess. And, I can assure you more kerfuffles will bloom between uploading this video and your views. I assure you I shall keep you up to date in this format, moving forward. Let us move on to the next matter at hand. Catherine Joy is on yet another tour, of which I am unsure. Her causes and claims change far faster than she changes her nappy. Never mind. Let us have a look at some recent Instagram posts. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen Cody Brown with his shirt not buttoned all the way up. He's a pretty conservative guy. I saw these on Cameo and I was like, is Cody looking for love? Todd is the best husband because he totally supports my rescuing animals problem. Before we got married, I had a dog and 2 cats. I made sure he knew that I always planned to have dogs and cats. He was more than okay with this idea. He's the man that has enabled my animal rescuing passion into taking in 2 dogs and 4 cats. One of our dogs just kind of ended up going home with us from the pet store, when a rescue was there for an event. We impulsively just took her home. Best decision we ever made. He's also so patient with Frida. She is very high needs with high anxiety. We've had struggles managing her anxiety, but she is doing so much better these days because of him. So for his birthday this year, I promise not to bring home a dog. This time, happy birthday to the most amazing husband in the world. He's smart, funny, creative and can literally fix anything. Water damage on your walls? No problem, he can drywall that back to new. Issues with our lighting? He knows all about electric circuits and fixing them. Leaky faucet or broken garbage disposal? He knows all about plumbing. Snow in the driveway? He's got the best snowblower. Issues with your car? He can fix those too. I've never met anyone that can fix anything. It's truly a gift. He also builds guitars, paints, writes music, plays multiple instruments, carves wood, crafts wood-burnt items, and more. But the best thing he does is love his wife and son with his whole heart. He protects, loves, and makes us laugh. He's our glue and our rock. Despite the idea that Robin Brown is Cody's favorite, Robin has dealt with a lot of nasty comments by Cody about her past. On camera, Cody has stated he wasn't interested in Robin initially because she was a divorced mother of 3. He wasn't sure he wanted to deal with the baggage. He also seemed to allude to the fact that she was not pure when they married. Robin has attempted to rewrite her children's history by effectively erasing their biological father from their lives. She had a portrait made of Cody with her kids as babies. Cody was not around during this time. She also tweeted in 2013 that she regretted having her children with her first husband. She said she wished she had been pure for Cody and had her children with him from the start. Robin's ex-husband was not the nicest man, according to her. However, neither is Cody. When she tweeted her regrets about having her kids, then she walked back the statement and said she didn't regret having her kids at all. She also made her son change his name from David to Dalton. Robin insists that he wanted to change his name. Dayton was named after his father. However, I would bet that Cody didn't want the reminder of David at all and manipulated the name change. You don't have to be a fan of Robin to see how Cody's narcissism has affected her. They have developed what seems to be a hero-victim relationship. Cody is the hero that continually rescues the victim Robin. It's super unhealthy and does not allow for growth. But that's just my opinion. Cody Brown is not only rocking his cameos with his shirt unbuttoned, so immodest for a fundamentalist. Over the past several years, I've spent a great deal of time discussing the IBLP and patriarchal churches that harm women with their teachings. The issues the women in the IBLP face are not exclusive to them alone. The patriarchy is not exclusive to the IBLP. Many religions have a patriarchal structure where only men can lead the church. This does create an imbalance. Submission and obedience to men is not new. This has been an ongoing crime against women for thousands of years. In churches is widespread and includes all denominations. I will continue to speak out about the IBLP, but expanding the conversation is necessary. I know all too well, as a former Catholic, that there is no other church on the planet with more crimes against children and women than the Catholic Church. As one of the largest churches in the world, the patriarchy grew and expanded globally via the Catholic Crusades. We are not at fault for men blaming us for what we wear and how we act. We are not to blame for the inflicted upon us. We must stop the notion that women's rights is a modern agenda. Women's rights are human rights. Period. Don't come for me if you are Catholic, the facts and lawsuits against the Church speak for themselves. Covering use of women, children and purity culture has exposed my own wounds from my childhood. Most of the time I can disconnect from the story. I don't think about how it affects me. Lately, my emotions have been more scrambled. I find myself more upset by how women are treated. I get angry at the way women are objectified and shamed. Then I start to wonder why I started this work. What drove me to advocate so loudly? The truth is that like many women I dealt with men objectifying and shaming my body and appearance from a young age. My appearance was a topic of discussion and I watched people dissect my body and face. The focus on my appearance left me feeling unworthy, insecure, and drove me to struggles with food as a teen. People around me strove for perfection, but I felt less than perfect with my flaws consistently pointed out. When I grew up, my development was seen as sexual. I learned quickly to cover up because I was a curvy girl. I grew up around a lot of boys that couldn't handle my body changing. I felt insecure in bathing suits because I felt like I was on display. All I wanted was to be seen as a person, not a body. If I gained weight, I heard about it. If I lost weight, I was praised. That's not how I want women to be treated. I don't want young girls to think their worth is dependent on their looks or body size. Even in my 40s, I'm still working through my childhood shite and trying to love myself. No young girl should be objectified or ogled by adult men who know better. Our bodies are not the business of anyone but ourselves. Our value is not contingent on looking perfect or having the perfect weight. I can't undo my childhood, but I can redo how I think about myself. I remind myself every day that I'm beautiful and it's not because of how I look. It's because of who I am. You are beautiful. Remember that. Screw anyone that makes you feel differently. Anyone that picks apart your flaws, is picking on you because they are insecure. Catherine, I do believe these clown therapy sessions are working. My darling, I am so chuffed to see you realize that your bashing of other women relentlessly is simply due to your lack of self-esteem. Bravo.